What's up? This is Richie from the Where We Wild YouTube channel, and today I got 5 camping mistakes that most people don't even realize they're making. Let's get into it. All right, 5 camping mistakes that most people don't even realize they're making. Before we get started, I just want to say if you're new to the channel, be sure to check it out. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. We really appreciate it. Let's get going here. Mistake number 1 that most people don't even realize they're making is not overlapping their ground tarp. Most people do realize, even when they're first starting out, that you do have to put a ground tarp underneath your tent to protect it from rocks or sticks or water. Anything like that, it is a must-have for sure to have underneath your tent. But what a lot of people don't realize is that ground tarp needs to be overlapped by their tent at all times. If any little piece of that ground tarp is sticking out from under the tent, if it comes onto rain, it just becomes a rain catch, okay? The water's gonna come down, hit that little section of the tarp that's sticking out and pull the water right underneath your tent, and then you're gonna wake up soaked and cold and miserable, and it is not fun. So always make sure that when you set up your tent over your ground tarp, none of that tarp is sticking out from underneath it. All right, very simple, but goes overlooked many times, and so many people don't even realize it. Just make sure that ground tarp is just completely overlapped. That is a very, very big deal. Mistake number 2, not having a good ventilation flowing through your tent at all times. This goes overlooked very easily. I see a lot of people make this mistake. Now, when it's hot out, it's kind of a no-brainer. You're gonna wanna open up the windows of your tent, but it's tricky when it becomes chilly out because your instinct is gonna say, close all the windows of the tent, make sure everything's locked up, nice and tight, but that's actually the last thing you wanna do. You really wanna keep a nice ventilation blowing through your tent at all times, regardless of if it's cold or hot out, because if it's all zipped up, you're just gonna seal yourself in and the tent is gonna fill up with humidity and condensation, even from your own breath, and it's gonna cause you to wake up damp. And that is not fun. That is one of the biggest problems with camping, is trying to figure out how to not wake up damp. That's the worst part about it. That's my least favorite part about sleeping in a tent. So anything you can do to try to prevent that goes a long way. And keeping the windows open of your tent really helps that a lot. Even when it's cold, just keep them cracked. Have a nice little airflow blowing through to try to keep that condensation and humidity down. And not even just the windows of your tent, but if you lock your rain fly down too tight against the top of the tent, it also kind of seals it off. Like, you want to keep a tiny little bit of space in between that rain fly and the top of the tent for the same reason, just for good airflow. You'll sleep way better. And speaking of that, try not to touch the inside walls of your tent when you're sleeping. Your sleeping bag, your pillow, anything touches those outside walls of the tent, you're pretty much asking for dampness, because that's what's gonna form on that outside of the tent, especially first thing in the morning when the dew forms and everything like that. So that's just another tip I wanna throw in there. The other thing that goes along with that, which we have mentioned many times, is that we have a nice little camping fan. I will link it in the video description below. We got it on Amazon. It's great to have, and it just, keeps a nice little airflow flowing around that tent, and it just really helps keep the humidity down and the condensation down. So mistake number 2, not having a good ventilation flowing through your tent. That is a mistake that a lot of people do not even realize that they're making, and it is a very, very big deal to help you sleep and just be way more comfortable inside that tent. Mistake number 3, bringing food inside of your tent. Never, ever do that. It is not smart, man. You are just asking for trouble. Ringing the dinner bell for any animals that might be out there, bears, whatever. They can smell everything. And if you're in serious bear territory, you don't even want to bring anything that has a scent inside of that tent of yours. Shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste, whatever it might be. I mean, bears and other animals, they can smell everything. But the absolute big no-no, regardless of where you're camping, is having food inside that tent. Never do it. A lot of people realize this, that it is not a good idea, but especially if you're first starting out, I've seen this happen way too many times, and people think, oh, let's just have a snack inside the tent and, let's eat our dinner inside the tent. It's nice and comfortable and it's cozy and let's do that. Do not do it. Do not store food. Do not eat food. Do not even bring food inside of your tent. That is just a recipe for disaster. You do not want an animal, or especially like a bear or a mountain lion or whatever, sniffing around your tent at 2 o'clock in the morning when you fell asleep with a half bag of chips or cookies or whatever sitting next to you. Just make sure all your meals, all your snacks are eaten outside the tent, stored outside the tent, a good little safe distance away. That way, if a bear or something else does come in, start sniffing around, they are not sniffing around your tent. Okay? So mistake number 3, bringing food inside your tent. Big no-no, big no-no. Please do not ever do that. That is just straight up dangerous. Mistake number 4 that most people don't even realize they're making is leaving their tent door open. You do not want to leave that tent door open even for a second. It just does not take long at all for any mosquitoes or flies or bugs to make their way inside that tent. You jump out of the tent, you run over to the picnic table or your cooler or something like that to grab something. In that 10 seconds, a minute, whatever it is, if that tent door is open, there will be bugs making their way into that tent. Believe me, I've seen it a million times. And once they're in there, it is very hard to get them out. And you do not want to spend the entire night trying to sleep with mosquitoes and flies and stuff like that buzzing around. It is not comfortable at all. So they're going to get in there anyway. It's very hard to keep them out. So anything you can do to help prevent that is a really big deal. Do not make that mistake. Always keep that door shut at all times. You get out of the tent, you shut the door. You come back in, you shut the door. Never sit there and leave that tent door open because they get in there super fast. And once they're in there, it is very difficult to get them out. You can shut the light off in your tent and turn a light on outside, try to attract them back out. It's just a nightmare. So the easiest fix is to make sure that you keep that tent door closed at all times. Mistake number 5, using a very bright headlamp around your campsite at night. Now this is kind of tricky because you got to see, right? And a lot of people think, oh, I'll just get this headlamp and blast on that high beam. But what most people don't realize about using a very, very bright headlamp is you lose a lot of your night vision. You want to have good night vision when you're out in the outdoors at night. And when you have that bright headlamp, the second that shuts off, you're just blind, man. You can't see for a while. So you want to have that night vision just kind of build a little bit at night and be able to see just by the moonlight or whatever. And having that bright high beam on your head can really, really take away from that. So that's the first reason. The second reason to not use a really bright headlamp is it's going to disturb people. If someone's sleeping or there's other people camping around you, it's very distracting to other people, and it can be very disturbing to just have that bright headlamp flashing around like all the time while you're outside working around your campsite or whatever you're doing. And the third reason is having that bright headlamp on top of your head is going to attract bugs. Now, if you're in a bad area with bad mosquitoes and you're sweating, it's hot out, it's July, August, whatever, you're setting stuff up, whatever it may be, the last thing you want is to attract more bugs right to your face, around your neck, all that stuff. I mean, it's just horrible. I've had to do that where you're forced to set up in the dark or whatever. I mean, that's another mistake, just to throw into this. Never set up in the dark. Make sure that you got your most important stuff set up before that sun hits the horizon for sure. But if you do not want to have that bright headlamp causing more bugs and more mosquitoes to just jump all over you. It's just so miserable, man. So the fix for this is to get a headlamp that has a red light mode. I will link them in the video description. We've had the same ones for years. They work great. I think you can get a 2-pack for under $20 on Amazon. Really great to have. You just switched over to that red light mode and you can still see. Your night vision is way better and you're not disturbing people, and it's going to really cut down on the amount of bugs that are going to be attracted to you. And a little bonus mistake that I want to throw in here, dressing too warm when you're going to go to bed. Most people do not even realize that they're doing this, and it can be very dangerous actually. Obviously, I think it goes without saying that you always have to check the weather and you always have to make sure that you're going to bring the right clothes with you. Even if you don't need them, it's better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them. Believe me, I've been there. So bring that rain jacket, bring that warmer jacket with you, bring a couple of those layers. Even if the weather report says it's going to be perfect and warm and comfortable, you just never know. Things can change in the blink of an eye. A thunderstorm could come in, you're at elevation, the temperature drops 30 degrees once that sun dips, you never know. So just make sure you have that stuff. But when it's cold out, your instinct is going to be, let me bundle up, let me get into this bag with my warm socks and my warm pants and my long johns and my hoodie, whatever it is. You're going to be comfortable at first, but in the middle of the night, you're going to probably start to sweat. And if you start to sweat, you're going to get damp and then you're going to turn very cold. And that is very dangerous. So Start with your base layer. Just go with your normal shorts and a t-shirt, whatever it is, get into that bag. And if you do need to add on with a hoodie or a thicker pair of pants or whatever, then you make that adjustment. Don't go backwards. Don't start all bundled up and then start sweating and turn cold and then spend the rest of your night shivering and freezing. I think that is another mistake that goes very easily overlooked, and most people do not even realize that they're making that mistake. I've seen it a lot. You do not want to have that. Hypothermia is a real possibility at that point, and that can be very dangerous. So I just wanted to slide that one in here as well. So there you go. Those are 5 camping mistakes that most people don't even realize that they're making, and hopefully this helped you out so you don't make those mistakes yourself. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're into this sort of thing, don't forget to hit subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Later. If you want to see more videos just like this one, be sure to check out the rest of the Where We Wild YouTube channel, where we post a brand new video every week. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever we post a new adventure. Thanks for watching.
See ya.